back to the Mandem Read.
Yep.
We are the Mandem Reading. We've got Browns in the back.
Yep.
We've got King.
Yep.
And we have our special guest today. Would you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, thank you for having me. I'm Dr Asif. I'm a medical doctor and mindset coach, and got a few businesses. And I've always been about self-improvement and reading. Big reader. I believe readers are leaders. So thank you for having me, man. I'm a big fan of the stuff you do, and it's really good that you're shedding light on the importance of reading.
Yeah.
I love your discussions and debates and banter.
Yeah. Seen the previous episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's me, man. A doctor who wears a few hats, and I think as a doctor you have to exemplify wellness and well-being. You know, so I try to live a wholesome life. We're talking off air about supplementation, vitamins. I'm trying to live a holistic, wholesome life. Trying to be completely nutrition, and most importantly, trying to have a strong mindset. And we're speaking about this as well. Mindset will determine so much of your life's outcomes. Having a strong mindset. You can have a strong body and a weak mindset. But the main thing is to have a strong mindset. Strong mindset unlocks life's challenges, gives meaning to a lot of pain that you go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, mindset is my thing.
And just to clarify, you are a real doctor because you're looking young.
Thank you, bro.
You are a real doctor with.
I'm a real doctor. Yeah, I'm a real doctor. 11 years, man.
11 years.
2012 I qualified.
Yeah.
NHS doctor. Hardly work nowadays in NHS. I still work now and then, but yeah. You can check me out. I'm fully registered, fully qualified. Got my credential from the UK, and kind of left full-time medicine in 2020 COVID time.
Yeah.
So kind of 3 years I've just been doing full-time mindset coaching, but I still use my medical credentials to keep up to date with the latest developments on neuroscience, psychology, etc.
Awesome.
And the book we're discussing today.
Yeah.
That is called.
It's called Mentality Monster. Unlocking cracking the code for mindset mastery. So Mentality Monster, cracking the code for mindset mastery. Why Mentality Monster? Because I think you can really unleash the inner beast. You can really unleash him or her if you unlock, the secret code to mindset mastery. And what is the mindset mastery? And I think for me, I've gone on a journey myself through self-actualization, learning about techniques, and I've tried to distill everything into 18 short chapters based on my coaching, my personal experience, and some of my journaling as well. So you'll notice every chapter starts with a tweet that I've put out previously.
Yeah. Enjoying those tweets because it's a great way to preface the actual chapter itself,
absolutely.
Especially with Stoicism.
100%.
That was amazing. But taking it back to the reason why you actually started writing this book. Yeah.
Is this your first book?
I've written a couple on medicine, like how to get into medical school. I've written, I think smaller ones, like they were very niche though. They were like aimed at medical students. This one is aimed at everyone, particularly I think men, ethnic minority, especially black and Asian men. We don't tend to really go, seek help. Like this is a big thing I found in my coaching. I get a lot of white clients, and they're much more, happy to have a tennis coach, have a swimming coach, have a mindset coach. When it comes to ethnic minority, like essentially Afro-Caribbean, Asian, West African, particularly West African actually, a lot of Nigerian, Ghanaian, are the least likely to seek help. But they've going through hard times in their marital life. Their fathers died. There's something going on, but they're very unlikely to seek help. So my book was written with that kind of focus to help fellow young guys going through, trying to navigate, marriage and children. These are hard times because nobody gives you a roadmap. They just say, just get on with it. And then when things go wrong, we say, how did it go wrong? But I'm trying to give men a mindset manual really, and a lot of my coaching is on the other side of this. So I see guys going through divorce, I see guys going through breakups and job loss, etc. And then they come to me feeling very low in mood. So I'm like, let's go upstream. Let's actually prevent this in the first place. So this manual's, for people just to read casually, hopefully strengthen the mindset, because it's better to prevent than it's to cure.
100%.
And you've got like some various strategies on how to stay focused
Yeah.
And actually, one of them is focus. The first one.
Yeah, focus is without focus, like nothing makes sense. Like you can't achieve anything in life. And focus for me, I always say I've got it written on my wall: follow one course until successful. That's literally what focus is. And today's day and age is harder than ever. We've got so many apps, smartphones, everything's vying for attention. Our focus has got less and less.
Because in your focus strategy, one of your steps are to kind of minimalize distractions.
Yep.
So that would be like your social media,
Exactly.
your TV.
Yeah.
Even food is a distraction, right?
Food is a distraction, man.
Yeah.
Like keep your cupboards like I always say have like 3 or 4 go to things to do. Like I have walnuts and peanuts and some water and I don't know some peanut butter. 3 or 4 things. You want to minimize choice. Because choice again takes up bandwidth. You want to use as much bandwidth on the task at hand. So when you think it, like if you look at all the CEOs, Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, even Barack Obama, they wore the same kind of clothes. They're trying to minimize their choices. Don't have too many choices. Minimize what you eat, how you get to work. Minimize just. And this is why it's quite minimalist. I like this setting. Like have a minimalist setting. Honestly, the Scandinavians are very good at this. If you go to Scandinavia, they've got a concept called hygge. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, my cousin, he lives out there.
In Denmark. If you go to IKEA, for instance, everything's minimalist. Because then you can focus on enjoying life, not surroundings and not food choices and where to go and what to eat and what to wear. Everything's sorted out. You know you're going to wear this clothes. You know, it's Tuesday, I'm going to wear this. Or it's Thursday, I'm going to eat this. Everything's routine.
That's like less things to worry about in the morning when you're getting ready.
Absolutely.
Distracted in that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yesterday I was doing a whole day of like editing, and I kind of had no distractions, no food.
Good.
But that's mainly because like my cupboards are empty.
Okay. You took that advice literally, yeah.
So that was because one of your points are fasting. So that was unintentional fasting.
Fasting's good, man. Fasting. I fast every day. If I'm being naughty, I'll have like a 6-hour eating window, but usually I have a 2-hour eating window. So 22-hour fast every day.
But don't you because they'll say your brain needs fuel.
Yeah, so your brain needs fuel. But
Caffeine.
Caffeine for me is fuel. Water's fuel. Ketones are fuel. So what is ketones? If you go into ketosis, if you fast, ketones are fuel. Yeah. So your body, your brain does need fuel, but your brain can't differentiate between glucose and ketones. I don't want to get like too geeky, but glucose is sugar, but sugar substitutes ketones. Ketones you get from fasting. So I recommend fasting to everyone. Fasting, just do 20-hour fast, 16-hour fasts.
That's why Andrew. Let me get
Come, bro.
Yeah, no, of course.
Big man is here, man.
Yeah, man. Good.
That's why they were talking about. I'll sit there and. What's his name? Andrew Tate was saying.
Yeah, one meal a day.
He doesn't eat. Yeah, he barely eats. He barely eats and just works.
I eat around 3 or 4 o'clock. But it depends on when I'm hungry. So sometimes, at PM, I just 1 meal a day. But sometimes,
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It works.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm peckish, and I might eat at 11 or 12 in the morning. Like a late breakfast. But that's it. That's my 1 meal a day. But I want.
But what do you eat though?
Okay, I love a big breakfast, man. Lots of beans. I love beans.
Legumes.
Yeah, lots of beans.
Legumes. Because I don't eat the meat, so I'm with the legumes.
Yeah, bro, I'm big on legumes, bro.
Lentils, chickpeas.
Fava beans, black-eyed beans. Bro, big on legumes, man. And then I'll have some fatty fish, salmon.
Same.
I'll have white meat like turkey and chicken.
No, I can't count.
Once or twice a week I'll have red meat.
Red meat, okay.
Yeah, but
What in particular for red meat?
Lamb.
Lamb.
Yeah, I love lamb. Sometimes lean cuts of steak. It's hard to get. You can go to. We've got like a Caribbean place next to where I live. They do goat curry. It's nice, man. But the goat curry, it comes with a lot. I like to have boneless meat. So I can measure. This is like, this is 180 grams of protein.
Right.
So I can say, but when it's got bones on it, you can't see how much protein.
Yeah.
So I try to keep lean meat, lean fish, lean turkey, lean chicken, lean cuts of steak, and legumes, man. Like even peas have got protein in, by the way. Peas.
Yeah.
People underestimate lentils and peas.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of beans, man. Every day is beans.
That's literally what I replace all my meats with.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like a consistently in the like body fitness and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, workout. Yeah, but I think people underestimate how important nutrition is. I can go sometimes, 1 week without working out and still maintain a relatively good physique. Nutrition though affects your physique and your mindset. Nutrition is 80%, honestly. Abs are made in the kitchen. So I'm big on cutting out sugars. I'm big on cutting out sugary drinks. I'm big on cutting out. And I think I said to one of you guys as well off air, cutting out liquid calories.
Liquid calories.
Liquid calories. So people think, I'm not eating all day, so I'm fasting. But if you're spiking your insulin with lattes and Coke, you're not eating all day, but you're still not fasting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What about fruit juicing?
No, I don't.
Nah, that's too much sugar.
No, fruit. No, juicing. Not like concentrated, but juice.
Oh yeah, that's actual fruits. Actual fruits that have been blended.
That's good.
Yeah, you can have that. But have it. The thing is, okay, like I give you an example. I spoke to a dentist as well, by the way, and he agreed with me. It's better to have 50 grams of sugar in one sitting than it is to have 1 gram of sugar 1 hour.
Every hour.
Every hour.
Why
Would
is
that
that?
only be 24 or 12 hours?
Exactly. No, it'd be 24, but you're constantly spacking insulin. You get it?
So
right.
your body stays in a state that's
exactly. So you want to stay. So it's better to have 50 grams in one sitting than it is to 1 gram every 24 hours.
But doesn't that 50 grams in one sitting, for example, what does that do to your body? Does it make you crash or?
No. So as in, it's better for your fasted state because essentially what's happening is if you're spiking insulin every 1 hour, you're not fasting anymore. But if you just have 50 grams in one sitting, one meal a day, just 1 hour, you'll be fasting 23 hours. So I don't recommend doing that, but I'm saying just whatever you do, don't snack. So if you can have the fruit juice, have it with a meal. Don't have it in the morning.
Don't have fruit juice. You're a big man. Come on.
No, I'm not talking about fruit juice like concentrate. I mean, I've
juicing, blended.
Blended fruit. Yeah.
I do that as well. I love like limes. I love if you get some limes and cucumbers and like green apples, you make like a green smoothie.
Is there such thing as too much fruit?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Really?
if you have too much.
Someone's telling me too much banana is a bit mad.
Yeah, you can get.
I like bananas though.
Fry them, man.
Fry them.
Yeah,
Fry bananas.
You have the
Not planting. Like, I'm talking about normal bananas.
You can fry bananas. I think they're a bit better in it. You can dry them.
Green banana. I think he's talking about
Because what I've been aiming for is 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, fruit that's been put in a blender, and then in the evening I'll have meat and veg. Would you suggest to go against that? And
yeah, because you're just backing insulin without any protein. You want to have protein, you know. Protein is important. It's important for your body function, for your brain function. Protein and fat. You can't build. We talked about test levels earlier. How it's decreasing in men. To build hormones, you have to have fat in your diet. So I tend to eat like beans, which are fiber as well, protein, the carbohydrates, a lot of olive oil. A lot of hummus and halloumi. That's
Hummus
fatty, you know. Hummus is really good. Chickpeas as well.
It's chickpeas, yeah.
And olive oil, quite fatty. Walnuts are full of fat as well. So fat and protein tend to be my go-to. I don't tend to eat white rice or any stuff like that.
What about wild rice? Wild rice.
Yeah, I don't really have that. If I'm gonna have carbohydrates, it'll be like cassava. It'll be like plantain, because it's a bit more slow release.
Okay.
It sits well with me.
Okay.
I've got a lot of Nigerian friends, and they make like nice. Cassava and plantain.
Cassava manioc, innit?
Yeah. West African food is nice. Like, even the rice is nice.
You rang it way back. I don't even have it though. Now wild rice is slow release as well, though, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah,
so I would have that with like a mix of lentils or something like that. Yeah. And obviously it's high in fibre.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
good in and out. Do you know what I mean? You don't feel bloated.
I heard people have cauliflower rice. I've never had it.
Yeah,
myself.
I've had it before as well.
Yeah,
it's not that great.
It's not great.
It's not. As in tasting, it's not.
Yeah. But if I'm gonna have rice, I'll have a small amount. They say your rice should be, literally just a few spoonfuls, not a full plate, because then you can taste it. You don't want to have the whole thing. Taste it. Brown rice and peas, etc. And then majority of the food should be protein and fat. That's what I feel. Anyway, it keeps you in shape. Keeps you,
I'm doing a thing called 75 hard challenge, where basically you gotta work out twice a day, eat a certain diet. Take pictures of your progress and read like 10 pages, right?
Oh, that's good,
a day, right? I found that keeping to the same diet has kept me efficient. Whereas when I like switch it up and I have like, I don't know, like a Jonah juice or something like this, I'm lethargic the next day. I feel like this is why I say my usual diet is like salmon, wild rice, lentils, and I just back that every single day.
Exactly.
Every single day.
And then if you want to spice it up, use a different spice.
Oh
yeah. One
yeah.
day, Cajun the next day.
Yeah.
A bit of Tabasco sauce the next day. It's the same food, but it tastes different.
Yeah.
That's a hack.
Yeah.
So that's what I talk about in the book. Have the same food, like literally have the same food. At 3 o'clock I'm eating.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock in the morning I'm working out. So keep decisions minimal.
Is that what they call a Stoic mindset? Or
No, Stoic mindset is not.
I get that confused sometimes.
Yeah, Stoic mindset is not letting life derail you. Life happens. Life's gonna happen. Life's gonna hit you, but you kind of fall off, but you don't fall down. It's like the crown. The crown will fall to the side, but the crown doesn't fall off. You know
like you don't let it affect you.
Yeah, exactly.
as much.
So because you can't change what's happened to you. Only thing you have now is the right. You only thing you have in your presence is right now, the moment. You don't have the past,
And
you don't have the future because the future is uncertain. So whatever happens to you, you only control your reaction to it. You can't control the event. You can only control your reaction.
Oh right, okay.
Because
So
you mentioned in the book, you shouldn't worry about things you can't control.
exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. If something happens to you, death or disease or something which is external, you can't control that. So why worry about something that you can't control? There's normal to have a response, by the way, but not a reaction. Respond, but do not react. There's a difference. Reaction is start crying and everything. No. Process it, and then respond. Don't react. Reaction is quick. Response
It's
takes-
impulsive.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
it's
yeah,
impulsive.
cool.
Response is measured.
Before we move on from fasting, I came across gut brain axis.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you what's that?
The good
is
brain
that?
axis, right? Okay.
Gut brain axis. Yeah.
Have you heard of the gut microbiome?
Yeah.
You probably know about probiotics and stuff like that. If you're into
Yeah, there's like
kefir.
Yakult.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yakult.
yeah.
But Yakult's full
What
of sugar
names
and
like
all
that?
these companies. You can make your own, like kombucha and all these things. They're like
Oh yeah, kombucha.
seaweed, very good.
Some
Yeah.
seaweed is very nice.
Yeah, it's very good for the gut. So basically, we've got neurotransmitters in the gut.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but we actually got a part of our brain in the gut.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
So
yeah.
you've heard of I've got a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a
That's
reason
where
why
it's
our mother said that. It's not like an old wives' tale. Actually, it's legit. So we've got serotonin, which is a happy hormone. It's released much more. It's like 10 times more, maybe 100 times more in the gut than it is in the brain. So what you eat affects how you feel. They say you are what you eat,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So it's a big reason behind it. So if you eat good food, your trillions of bacteria are happy. They release chemicals, serotonin. So don't think about the brain, think about the gut. So fasting is making the bacteria happy. They're having a rest. They're constantly just churning all day.
Because they're overworking.
Overworking, just give them a rest. Fast, 18 hours. And see how you feel in your mood.
I'm saying you are what you eat. So if you eat naan, I'm playing.
So
Inside
yeah, look
joke.
after your gut, man. The gut's not only there to digest, it's there to make you happy as well. So look after it. Treat it like a prized possession.
100%.
They say, junk in, junk out.
Yeah, you treat your body good, it'll treat you good.
Like you feel better after grilled chicken or something, or grilled salmon. You feel better, don't you? Like then, on Mackey's or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Makes
honestly
you
feel
feel like
better.
shit. Yeah.
The food is crap.
Yeah. I was gonna say I might have missed the first part. What I was gonna ask, why did you write this book?
I've been through my own journey of discovery. I get a lot of doctors coming to me, burnout, COVID, just a lot of people burnt out. So I was like the older brother to a lot of guys.
Right.
So I'm like, let me just write a book to get people on the right track. And for me as well, I tweet a lot. So I'm like, let me just put it all in a book. I've got tweets every day.
Okay.
Twitter for me is my journal. It's my, I've been writing journals for many years, but I keep losing them. And being a doctor, I've got the terrible handwriting. I can't even read my own writing sometimes. So I'm like,
Best to keep it on Twitter, isn't it?
Eh?
Best to put it on Twitter.
Yeah, keep it on Twitter. So I put it on Twitter, and then I put, let me
Dangerous
put,
place.
Yeah, put
But is that as in like your professional presence or for your personal?
personal. So
Okay.
so I don't use Twitter for professional. I was saying to you offline as well.
Yeah.
Like, I use LinkedIn for professional.
Yeah.
But Twitter's personal.
That's like an active CV LinkedIn, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, LinkedIn is active CV. It's your digital passport. I use it as a CV. But Twitter is my journal. It's a very public journal, but it's my journal. Like I tweet everything, like how I feel, etc. So I'm like, why don't I put all these tweets, put some meat on the bones, and put it into a book? And that's what it came about. Yeah. But I didn't want to spend months writing a book. I wanted to do it in a few weeks and just put it all together.
So how long did this book take?
I think it took me a couple of weeks. It didn't take long. I just wanted to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like this book, I want to make it into a proper book. Publish it next year.
So where?
Shout out to Penguin if you're listening, guys.
Oh yeah.
Plus.
So where can we find the book? Like if you wanted to.
So this one's on Gumroad.
Gumroad.
Yeah, Gumroad. Yeah. So Gumroad, University Masculinity .com/Mentality Monster.
Yeah.
I'm Mentality Monster. I'm a Liverpool fan as well, so shout out Liverpool.
Yeah.
Even Mentality Monster, like that was Jurgen Klopp's thing.
Yeah, it was.
To come back from anything.
Yeah.
Come back, 4-0 down, come back.
Nah, let's not talk about football today, bro. Allow it. I heard on the train, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but you got another book as well. I forgot the name of it. I read. It was one of the chapters. I think in Persistence or something. That you was talking about your other book. You got a few books.
I've got 3 books. Yeah, which one are you talking? I can't remember now.
What, say the titles?
Huh?
Can you say the titles?
One's called Getting Into Medicine.
No, not that one.
That was you read that for the doctors.
Yeah, I read that for the medical students to get into medicine.
Is that a motivational book?
It is kind of, yeah. It's
So it's not like theory based.
no, it's kind of giving them interview preparation, how to speak confidently, how to dress.
All right.
So when I turned up for my interview, I didn't know what to wear. I was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
Went to UCL. I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know how to speak to doctors. I was a young lad from a council estate. I just rocked up at UCL trying to get to university for medicine. I didn't know what to do, so I wrote like a book. Second one, I think we've got one called From Simps to Kings.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, so we just talk about how and that goes back to our publication. So we've got a university called Masculinity University where we actually teach men how to upgrade their lifestyle. So this one is about essentially a lot of men now come to me saying, "Oh, I'm divorced, etc." So we try to assess men's lives and say, "Look, what's the root cause of your divorce, etc." And a lot of the time, it's getting married. Getting married in the West. So we help men.
Getting married in the West.
Yeah.
The mindset is completely different from
Yeah.
where we're from
Exactly.
and what marriage means where we're from, as opposed to what it means here.
Oh, these are like men from other.
Yeah. So these
countries
are West
and
African men, Ghanaian, Nigerian, Pakistani, Filipino, and they're like, "Look, I've been married, and she's taken off of it. That doesn't happen where I'm from." So we.
Is that the consistent?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That seems to be a trend. So we're trying to. So that was just a quick book, but most of my coaching comes from these men. Like I was saying to you guys as well, like a lot of my clients downstream, or men in their 30s and 40s who've got 3 kids, they're living on a couch now, or they're living back with their mum because wife's taking everything. So trying to get men to be more judicious when they get married, like prenups, all that kind of stuff. Just decide diligently. Don't just go with your eyes. They say when you decide a woman, what did they say? It's look at her with your ears. Don't look at her with your eyes. Look at her with your ears.
Well, what she says.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of
But
guys.
she could just be lying.
Yeah, I feel you need to watch what a woman does.
Yeah.
Listen to what they
for
say,
real.
and then look at what it is that they do, because your actions speak louder, even deceptive actions. You should
Facts.
see it.
Don't.
You can apply that to everyone, though, innit?
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't. It's
everyone.
not just about women, but
Yeah.
People in general.
Yeah, some people can spout that they have a
Yeah.
particular principle or ideology,
Yeah.
but you'll see in their actual actions and how
They
they
don't
carry
follow it.
themselves whether they follow that ideology.
Yeah, exactly. They say don't tell me, show me.
Yeah.
And always show people. Like, you can gauge, character traits by observing people. But yeah, a lot of guys get completely rinsed through the meat machine. It's like a butcher's meat machine, like a grinding minced meat. They just come out the other end, bro. They come out the other end like minced meat. So
100%.
I was trying to pick him up after that. So I wrote this book trying to say, guys, look, there's other options out there. You know what I mean? If you want to get married from West Africa, North Nigeria, Gambia, Libya, Morocco, there's women out there who will marry you.
And what's the feedback like from your book? Have you had a lot of feedback
From this? Yeah, mainly from women. They're like, what are you trying to get?
Actually, that's a good question, because you write the book for men.
Yeah.
But do you find that the book can help women as well? As you said,
the mindset book or the one about marriage?
the one about marriage.
Okay, the one about marriage. Can it help women? Yeah, I think it can help women, but it can help women absolutely, because it's like, what do men want? Look, men want peace, right? Men want peace.
Peace.
Honestly. You know what I mean? Like, this is important. Men want respect and peace. Men want to come home to a peaceful home environment. And I feel like today's corporate culture has made men and women more combative.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So, and I can explain this medically as well. Women's test levels are increasing.
Test levels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Testosterone in women is increasing.
Oh, testosterone.
Yeah, they're increasing. So women are naturally becoming more combative at work to progress in their career.
Of
So
course.
to progress in your career, you've got to be
Competitive. You gotta be competitive. Yeah.
and that's a manly trait, isn't it? Women didn't have to be like, they didn't have to be hyper competitive 30 years ago.
Because they weren't in the same environment.
But now you're rubbing shoulders with CEOs. You're rubbing shoulders with big shotters in the corporate workplace. So you have to have this persona. So women are bringing that home, and then that's causing a lot of problems at home. So what women can learn really is men want peace. Like, it's hard being a man. I mean, mental health is such a big thing.
And it's all about balancing it, like using it in the workplace and then coming
exactly,
and then kind of turning it on and off. And
do you feel it's possible for people to actually turn it on and off? Because I feel that if you're a man who is competitive, I don't think you're competitive in one place and then not competitive elsewhere. I believe you carry that energy everywhere you go.
No,
so
I'll tell you why though, because men have 17 to 20, so they have like 15 to 20 times more testosterone. So 17 times, let's say they've got 17 times more test levels than a woman. So much more. Men are generally muscular, taller, bigger than women. Deeper voices. This is throughout history. This is God-given nature. So men are by nature more competitive because testosterone is because if you look at the apex predators like baboons and silverback gorillas and bears and lions, they are much more. They've got much higher levels of testosterone than a hyena or wherever, because the apex in it. So men have 17 times more testosterone than women do. So men can't really switch it off. So competitive. Women can though. Women can, because in the workplace they it can be a front, but at home they should go back to their natural feminine self.
You're saying they're lying on the job.
Lying on the job. I just think fake it till you make
it's
it.
Not you.
But it's how they say, have many hats but only have one face. So women can have many hats. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a director or something, some corporate job. Many hats, but one face, and that one face is feminine, and that one face for men should be masculine.
As opposed to switching masks.
Exactly.
Which is a problem.
Exactly. You don't want to have many faces because they say you're two-faced. Have one face but many hats. Hats is I'm a dad, I'm a doctor, I'm a husband, whatever. So you've got many hats, but you've got one face. People know what they're going to get with you. That's important. A lot of people now are two-faced or three-faced.
As in, like, you can do a lot but you've got the same character.
Exactly. You do a lot. Have many strings to your bow. Many strings, like you, man. You're a business guy, you're a husband, you're a father,
Father figure.
Father
figure. This guy.
Man.
You know what I mean? That's what it's like. You've got to have many hats, but one face.
Just like that bucket hat, man.
One of the many hats I have.
It's good. So that's Samuel L. Jackson vibes, isn't it?
100%. Even LL Cool J vibes.
Yes. Need to get you into that physique though.
Definitely. Definitely. That's been on the agenda for a while, isn't it?
Well, I've been telling you to come out.
He's been telling me for a minute. He's been telling me.
He's got the height, so we can.
It's a wrap. Once it gets warm, it's a wrap.
Get the nutrition and then get the personal training over here. Transform it.
6 months.
6 months. End of the year, different guy.
I say 3 months.
3 months.
3 months will be good, man. End the year strong. End the year strong.
Really and truly, with diet, you're good. It's not even diet. It's just switching up what you eat. Jump on this 75 hard with me, bro.
I think I might have to. No, honestly.
You're 2 days late. 3 days late, but it's cool.
What's the biggest challenge for diet, like for most people? What did you say?
Snacking, probably.
It's snacking,
Snacks at work and snacks everywhere.
So discipline.
Yeah. So don't buy the snacks, like you said. Just keep the cupboards empty. If you have to go downstairs and go to Sainsbury's and get your card out and drive and put your slippers on, you won't do it. But if it's there in the cupboard, you're going to start snacking.
And what were we talking about earlier? Friction.
Friction, we mentioned.
That's exactly
going to the gym. If your gym is a 5-minute walk away, you have less friction. But you have to drive to the gym. There's more friction. You're less likely to actually work out. So that aspect of don't keep the food in the cupboard because then you increase the friction. You're not going to do that.
So increase friction for bad things. So snacking, increase the friction.
Increase the friction.
When it comes to good things, reduce the friction.
Reduce the friction.
That's all. Gym, like gyms on the way to work. When you're going to work, gym's there, so you're going to go in more often. If gym's opposite way, that's friction. You don't want friction for a good thing. You want friction for a bad thing. So like, I always watch Netflix or something. Put the remote in the other room. Put the remote in the fridge. People do that. Away out of sight. Honestly, people put it in the fridge. Put it away out of sight. Delete all the apps on your phone and put your phone on a grayscale and flight mode, all that kind of stuff, and turn the Wi-Fi off. And just do these little hacks to increase friction. And to reduce friction, put your gym shoes outside the door. So when you're going, or your gym shoes are there, you pick them up, you're going to go to the gym now.
That's a sign that time for the gym.
Exactly, and then just put a glass of water next to your bed when, if you're going to wake up and have a glass of water first thing. So you increase friction for bad things and reduce for good things.
Yeah.
And that's it, friction, man. Friction, because look, anything causes friction, takes up your bandwidth. You wanna put as many things in autopilot as possible. So when you drive home today or walk home, it's autopilot. You don't think about it. You don't put it in Google Maps if you live close by, because it's gone into your subconscious mind, and you want to put good habits into your subconscious mind, and you want to
100%.
take away bad habits from your subconscious mind. So you do that by increasing friction. Then it's so hard to do it. Then you think, oh, forget it. I'm not going to do it. It's too hard. I've got to turn my phone on, put the Wi-Fi on, download the Uber Eats app, log in, get the confirmation code, then order, put my location on.
And it's just long. It just makes the process long.
So it's better to do that. Delete apps, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually a good shout.
What's your views on social media, like kids on social media?
Kids shouldn't be on social media.
To what age you think? If it was your choice?
13.
13. Why? That's a specific number.
Because they're the teenagers then.
Yeah.
I think 11 is too young, 12 is too young. 13 to 15, depending on which ones.
Yeah.
But I think YouTube can be educational for kids. They can learn stuff on YouTube. But I don't think social media, TikTok, Instagram is going to benefit them anyway.
No, I don't believe so. I think it gives more volume to outside noise to influence their minds as opposed to listening to what's good for them.
Yeah, especially with girls, young girls, it can body image issues. You don't want that.
No,
you just want them.
Not at all.
You want to raise them with your mindset. You want to. These are your kids. You want to condition them with your mindset, your values. You don't want to. You want to minimize outside influence.
Outside, yeah.
And TikTok and all these things can do that.
That's why homeschooling up until 5 or something is good.
Yeah, exactly. And even I know some people homeschool and then they go secondary school for 1 year, bring them back out of secondary school and homeschool them for the GCSEs at home. These curriculums now, it's on the madness.
Yeah. In terms of the way curriculums are done, I know that different sorts of schools essentially choose their curriculum.
Yeah.
Certain academies that have been set up in London, they choose a certain type of curriculum. I guess that kind of ties in with the university that you've got and the way that you're teaching guys. What does that curriculum consist of? Just so that people who might not be aware of it, what does it consist of?
So we have 4 things. So we say, look, to achieve mastery, to achieve holistic mastery, you've got to conquer your mindset, your money, your muscle, and then we say the marriage, like your relationships, with other gender. So mindset, money, muscle, marriage. So the curriculum essentially courses and books like the Mentality Monster, which is a mindset book, to make men master these 4 aspects. So we say, in shape mind, in shape body, in shape finances, and in shape home, as in relationships. And they're the 4 aspects of mastery. If you want to be a holistic, masterful man, you got to conquer all these 4 things. Okay. So we teach.
You think about spirit, religion, as your soul.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about this literally off air, didn't we?
We did.
Like the spirit, weighing 7 pounds, and when it gets removed from the body weighs less than 7 pounds before the person.
Yeah, explain that for those that weren't here.
Is that the thing about the Egyptians?
I'm not sure about the Egyptians, but it's the Will Smith movie called 7 Pounds.
Oh right, yeah.
And there were some studies done in America saying that the body weighs 7 pounds less when it's dead, literally a minute after death. Nothing's been taken away from it.
That's with everyone.
Yeah, it's got the same organs and the same blood and everything, and it weighs 7 pounds less. It's interesting. So they say 7 pounds is the weight of the soul. Wow. It's interesting. It's quite a deep concept.
Deep, yeah.
It's a deep concept.
It's deep.
So spirituality is important to me. It's like 100%, man. Like you got to believe in something bigger than you. You got to have a strong why. Otherwise, you don't want to get up on some days. You have to have a strong why. Spirituality is hugely important. Hugely. You can't neglect spirit. A lot of our diseases now, are from lack of purpose. Yeah. Even like depression, etc. A lot of them, I believe, can be remedied by having a strong purpose and having a strong why.
Always questioning your purpose is healthy as well, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. What are you doing for your family in terms of, are you going to leave a legacy when you're gone? Because in 100 years' time, this podcast will be on YouTube still, but we won't be here. None of us will be here in 100 years time.
Yeah.
In 50 years time, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so what are you going to do that you're going to leave behind? So having that big, strong why, very important.
I swear nowadays you can freeze yourself or something.
You can freeze yourself. It's called cryogenics.
Yeah,
you can. It's like 50 grand or something.
You never know, like.
So that's a possibility now. They can actually do it.
Now, yeah. It's called cryogenics.
Cryogenics.
They do these chambers like frozen nitrogen.
Yeah.
Like in nitrogen, you get the frozen body. However, you can freeze the body, like the consciousness, the soul. Is it there? When you bring the body back to life, when you reheat the body, is the soul still there? That's the question.
But I read somewhere that they're trying to your consciousness.
Yeah.
That's what rather than your body, they're trying to save your consciousness.
Yeah. So that's
on a chip or something like that.
Yeah.
Elon Musk and Neuralink.
That's So you're trying
exactly.
to
download the brain.
Yeah.
Trying to download the brain. So in China, they've got something called grief bots.
grief box.
Yeah. Grief bots. So your grandmother's died. You wanted to meet your grandmother again instead of going to some wacky spirit person. You know these little things. Yeah.
The mediums.
Yeah, mediums. Yeah, this charge you so much money, and it's all fake anyway. You go to you go to these grief bots.
Yeah.
They're like bots like computers, and they recorded your grandmother's voice, and then you can speak to your grandmother although she's dead. You can speak to her in AI. They got the same voice, the same way she would have talked.
Yeah.
So everything is real, and it's like a hologram of your grandmother.
Oh wow!
So it's literally she's there, but she's not there. But the way she would have responded, her actions, her tone of voice, is literally like real life.
Yeah, but it won't have the same humor.
And she's responding. Is he or she responding to what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's interactive. It's like dynamic, one-to-one. So that's one thing. That's very basic level at the moment, okay? Because that's just recording a voice and then extrapolating the voice, like modeling that voice into other people. What Elon Musk is trying to do with Neuralink, that's his third company. So you got Tesla, Neuralink, and SpaceX. Neuralink trying to download the brain, trying to download people's consciousness into supercomputers. So people will be, you can have these on chips, etc. So will you really die?
Have you seen that film Altered Carbon?
No.
Yeah, it was the series. Yeah.
Is it?
And the stacks at the back of the neck. Yeah. And you could update the stack. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Black Mirror's got that as well.
The groups who live for long, they were called like the Meths or something like that, after like Methuselah in the Bible or something.
They live forever. Interesting. So that's the thing. There's a guy called Brian Johnson who was on podcast recently with Stephen Bartlett. He talks about living for 200 years. They say the first person who's going to live for 200 years is alive now.
That's mad.
You know, man, I see a video today or something, like an African guy in church, bro, 108 years old, man was skanking out.
Oh yeah, no, there's bare of those.
There's
bare of those. I swear there's like a whole region in like some mountains where there's
people live like 100
people live up to like 100.
Japan, innit?
Yeah, Japan.
Yeah, something like that. It's Asia.
These are called, I think. Yeah, they're called purple.
And the air.
Yeah, the air, but more importantly,
the diets,
and also they've got a community living. They eat together, they work out together.
The community keeps them alive and whatnot.
They go to their churches together. They do their. I've been to China, and they work out. All the old people work out in the evenings together.
Nice.
Yeah, they do a little dancing in the evenings. Just very low pace, but it's everything together. In the West, what's happening? Loneliness.
Yeah. A lot of people say that. Yeah.
In the nursing homes, people that like as a doctor, man, I've seen like people next to me. You can see the sadness in their face because a person opposite them in the same bay of patients gets their son to visit them, but she doesn't, and you can see on her face that anguish. And son's in Cornwall somewhere, or she's up north. It doesn't see her for 3 months, just loneliness, and then she's going to go from hospital to nursing home. There's no family contact. Before we used to have intergenerational living. Your grandmother
in one house.
They'll live in your house. Yeah.
Never
That's how they stay up.
Never
You want to see your kids and all of that.
You know, man, that's starting to become like not normal in the African life.
Yeah.
When I grew up, that was normal. But my auntie would come stay until everyone gets their own house or whatever. Everyone's staying in my house.
Yeah.
Christmas, everyone's doing what. As we're getting older,
exactly.
like us lot, the younger ones, we're not keeping up the traditions with our cousins.
Yeah, so with diaspora, bro.
We call him like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you chat to your cousin? And then half an
And do you know what's weird? We got like new technology that brings people together. But we're further away.
Exactly. We're more connected online than we are in real life. More connected but disconnected. And it's the whole thing about it takes a child to raise it takes a village to raise a child. But now the village is gone. The village is gone, man. It's well and truly gone. And
that's a bar.
The village is gone.
The village is that's a bar.
It's like
It's more wary. Like you'll see kids in the park and all their parents are in the park with the kids.
It's because there's a lot of weirdos out there.
Yeah, exactly. That was with me. I would get shouted. My mum would shout me, and I'd come in now. It's time for dinner or lunch.
Yeah.
Some of the older boys or some of the older girls or whatever would be like, "Oh look, bro, your mom's calling you." Or
Exactly.
Would be like, "Oh, are you looking for me? Let me go get him."
Exactly. It would convey the message to you. You'd get the message without any phones. But now we got helicopter parents, just helicoptering around, and this is why they say like postpartum depression in women is increasing, because women are raising kids by themselves now, and the husband's at work. He gets 2 weeks, paternity leave. He's gone back to work. Her mum gone back to work, and his mum, her mother-in-law, doesn't live with him, and she's by herself. It's not right on her, and it's causing. They say postpartum depression wasn't a thing 50 years ago. It didn't exist. It did not exist. It's a modern
concept.
Exactly. It's a modern phenomenon from modern women. Modern, because of modern families.
Modern families are more focused on. It's not even families anymore. It's about the individual and another individual, and then there's no concern whatsoever about a wider community. Like you said, the village is gone.
It's gone, man. It's you got a daughter now, haven't you? And, it's important to keep that communal bond, because we're humans. We're very social animals. People who eat together stay together and they live longer. That's why in Japan, Greece, these places, they live longer, eat together. Nowadays, kids are eating on the phone, like tablets, just eating, and the posture's getting worse.
So that's how humans are going to evolve, like
they're going to go backwards, aren't they? Apes. It's like four-legged, man.
It's mad. Unless you got like a robot arm or something like this to straighten you up or something like that.
It's getting worse, isn't it? Like posture and everything.
That's why you got to come gym, bro.
100%.
100%.
You don't want to get dad bod.
I'm halfway to a dad bod. I'm halfway there.
They're saying in a couple of years that our hands are going to evolutionise to have the phone sitting on your little finger or something.
Not even. The phone's going to be like in your eyes and shit.
The human body, because your body's going to make space for the phone. It's how much we're holding.
What's also weird as well?
Have you seen the thing where some guy that used to work for, I think it's Google or Apple, right, made some technology where your actual screen is in your retina.
Yeah.
So like you don't need a phone no more. You just got to move, like you just do
crazy.
simple like movements and whatnot, and then you're basically choosing through the menu through your retina. That's wild.
That's
you
crazy.
are a phone.
And our advancement has been like, like since the beginning of mankind, it's been like that. And like into the last say 30 years, then there's been a big
100%.
Because if you go back to the length of time men like walks on the earth, most of the advancement has been in the last 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like 10x.
Yeah.
It's like 10x. Like in 100 years was big, but like since like Apple, since like the late 90s, internet, smartphones, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, they've changed the game. So there's been more advancement in the last 20 years
than it has in 1,000 years. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Then it's just like it's like 10x, 100x. It's like exponential. And we're here now, and our brains haven't developed to have that level of stimulation. They're not developed for that level of dopamine.
No.
They've not developed to constantly be in contact with other people.
I don't think human beings are supposed to.
When they started it wasn't intentionally made for
I-
purposes, because I feel like it has shot up like that because once social media was available to everyone can see what everyone's doing, so the ideas was inspiring.
I think this was always the goal, like to be here.
Yeah,
I think
so.
I think they've just been working towards where we are now. Yeah. So like some people say, oh, they never, like no one would have predicted we'll be like this. But I think they've always, I think it's always been planned, but it's just taken a while, and now whoosh, we just peaked.
There's some planning into it, but it is just humans. Like this is what humans do.
I think
That's what humans do, bro. That's what humans do.
Guys,
I think an example of it, sorry to cut you, but TVs, the way in which refrigerators, washing machines, dishwashers, people were taught how to use them were through adverts. And I think television was a thing that was plastered inside your house. If you had the ability to afford it, you would sit in front of it and it'd be a way for you to download information. And now you've literally got that on your phone, but you can download all forms of nonsense.
It's like, especially in the 90s, because everyone was watching TV, everyone was like, "Raw, we can do what these men are doing on the TV." So that everyone started making the shit that they were seeing on TV, and then it like went forward, and then they started doing it on social media. So everyone was like, "Oh, we can do that as well," and then they started making what thing, and then everyone just went mad. But then, like, the detrimental side came to it because then like, people got addicted, like people didn't know how to use it. They were like, "Oh, snap, like there's so much," like and they just fell into it, and then you know, like in anime, old school, like in anime back in the day, I used to watch it, and then we always have like a one kid in a room full of trash bags and rubbish, and it's like 4 screens on a laptop, and it's whatever, and you think, "No, this ain't cool." But now I'm like generally starting to see it, like here, with the young kids and that now, like even my little cousin, 2 screens in his room, Xbox and
pizza boxes and all that stuff, and then when they get out, they got the hood on, bad posture, vitamin D deficiency, bad posture, and just not getting out, just aging very badly.
But then, what do you think about guys that do that and become KSIs and Jake Pauls?
I think they're outliers. I think they're, I think they're
Mr. Beast and all these guys.
They're like the
They're on the bad side of it, so cool. One Mr. Beast made it.
No.
How many Donnies didn't make it? Or just in the room.
It's like the
Mr.
NBA.
Beast used to do, bro. He made a video, fam,
Who?
He said like one thing, like
Wait, who?
like Mr. Beast, bro.
Oh no.
Like, he used to sit on YouTube. Like he's been doing YouTube since like the beginning. It's only right this guy made it. You get it? But then think about the guy that did it in the beginning, just after him. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, I would argue. I would.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid, you know what I'm saying? But he might have done something crazy. But you think about it, bro. Like, you started, bro, like, cool, Mr. B started this year, and I started a year after him, and I'm trying to do my thing. It's not popping up. Like, Mr. Beast is doing his thing, and it started popping up. But it took a while for him to get there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
compounding, innit? Like, he did a video the other day saying, "I've been doing YouTube, I've been studying it for like 10 hours a day. I've been studying YouTube for 10 hours a day since he was 14.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But it's a book called it's by Malcolm Gladwell. I'm trying to get the right name of the book. Tipping Point. No, it's called Outliers. The book called Outliers. Because he got one called Tipping Point as well. But Outliers, he says everything aligns. So if you look at the basketball players, they were just born in the right month, in the right year. They were born in September, so they were the eldest in their school, so tallest in their school, most likely to get drafted. And they were born to the right, like, you know, so many factors happened at the right time
For it to work out.
So that's why they become outliers.
Yeah.
For so many things, but you know, they were born in the right season, to the right parents, with the right jobs, in the right suburb, in the right catchment area.
Time and chance is what happened to them. Definitely, yeah. I think tying in what everyone has said about the way that it's been programmed and people feel that they can achieve something. If you think about the NBA, for example, tying into that, since its incorporation, if you're talking about even guys who've had maybe a 10-day contract or even just sat on the bench, there's been no more than 5,000 NBA players. No more than 5,000.
every year, innit?
No, not every year. Since its incorporation.
Professional
guys who have been on an NBA team, whether they've sat on a bench or whether they had a 10-day contract. There has been it's under 5,000 people.
Wow. So since the 60s.
Since I think the 60s there was the ABA.
Oh yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters.
There was a separation between because there was a Negro League and then there was the American Basketball Association, which was the ABA. And then I think the NBA was associated in the 1970s because civil rights was like the 60s and stuff like that. So since like the late 70s until now, it's under 5,000 people. You're talking about guys who've had 10-day contracts, guys who have just sat on the bench and have never played. Less than 5,000 of them have actually been in the NBA. And when we're talking about these guys who have become YouTubers, there's millions of people who've got YouTube accounts. There's maybe hundreds of thousands of content creators. There's hardly any KSIs.
Yeah. And this goes
Hardly any
to what I'm
KSIs.
saying, fam, it's like, even to the point in the book where it's like stoicism, fam. Man have an outlier of my dreams. I just have to do what you're doing, and then
to the best of your ability.
Outlier from doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to do it right though. It's not about doing it first, it's about doing it right.
No, it's not about doing it first. It's about, for me, it's about keep going, bro.
No, I think
Yeah.
as he said, it's time and it's time and chance. I feel like there's, even if we talk about artists and music, not to go off topic, but there's certain people just came at the right time when the movement of things, the zeitgeist, if you want, was right, and they were the right person to fill that space and make it happen. If that same individual was to come maybe 5 minutes earlier or 10 minutes later, it wouldn't have worked. It just happened, not because of their ability per se.
Music is a good example as well, because music moves it's like a trendy, it's a trendy thing, innit? Over time, the trends change, and certain artists come at the right time. If they come like a year later, and the trend has changed.
It's a concept called Black Swan. Have you heard of Black Swan?
I've
seen the film.
You need to remind.
I've seen the film.
There's a film as well. So Black Swan is a film, but Black Swan's a concept in statistics. Like it's a book called Black Swan by the book is called Fooled by Randomness. It's by Nicholas Taleb. Yeah, he's a American economist, and he talks about randomness, like, you know, the probability of something happening. And he says something happens like 9/11. It's like a black swan event. Just this happened at the right time, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then just so many things happen for that to happen. And in medicine, we call it the Swiss cheese model. So when a patient dies, we go through the notes on what happened. Often, if you go back from their death to the beginning, this happened, and then because of this happened. You go back, and then so many unique circumstances happen for that patient to die. It's like a Swiss cheese. If you look at a Swiss cheese has little holes in it, but all the holes must line up. So when they line up, bad or good things happen when all the holes line up. You understand? So these events, these like Drake, for instance, Drake came at the right time. If he came now with Spotify, he wouldn't have made it. He came at the right time. He combined, industries and kind of genres, R&B and a bit of dance.
But people were doing that for ages.
They were, no, but he did it with, the whole, because he had a TV background as well, and then with 50 Cent going off at the same time, he kind of came with the main guy at the time, and another.
He was with the right team.
The right team.
He was with the right team. That's what it was.
And
He came off a little way.
Yeah, exactly. It came off very nicely.
Right time. Yeah.
It came off very nicely for him. And another example is Anthony Joshua. He came when Klitschko guys were a bit older. Olympics, Lennox had retired. Fury was here and there.
Yeah.
Made his money, and that's it. But imagine in the 90s with Tyson and Bruno and Lennox, he wouldn't have made it. He just came at the right time. So timing is very important. And it's not that because imagine AJ in the 70s with Foreman and Frazier and Ollie.
No.
He wouldn't have made it. Like, he would have been a very, very average fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because like around now they were looking for that image of like an AJ. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone that can fill, what's his name, Evander Holyfield, and what's the other one, Lennox Lewis. That sort of look. You look like the guy that can represent London right now.
I think the change
that demographic.
Sometimes the change is manufactured though, because some sports like the rules change over time, like glove weights and all that kind of stuff. Conditions for weight classes and all that kind of stuff. It changes over time, innit? So.
I hear it, but I'm Mr. Beast fan,
Who's this Mr. Beast, bro?
Mr. Beast, he gives out money. He's the biggest YouTuber. He gives out money and shit like that.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah. What a crazy name, right?
Yeah. My point is, he clawed his way into the thing. It wasn't timing. It wasn't predicting. Like, you don't like me now, you don't like me tomorrow. You don't like me now, you don't.
Consistency, persistence.
Yeah. It goes back to the mindset. No, I agree. I agree.
He's like, you all gonna like me, bro.
Yeah.
And now it's even like this bit cringe. Like, not cringe. I like Mr. Beast. Don't sue me because you're on this thing, innit? He's not on this thing, bro. Serious, man.
He's relentless.
I'm giving you props in the sense of, he was very relentless in the approach of thing. Like, when I say he made like a 9-hour video of him, like saying the same word. Like, you don't understand. He had a level of like.
What is this? Is this what you're saying? This is the guy that you're saying was studying YouTube for 10 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did everything to do with YouTube.
Quick question, What's the biggest addiction?
Smartphones.
Over any drug?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Smartphones are like, I don't think as humans we're supposed to have smartphones.
Yeah.
I just think it's a glitch. It's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to have such a powerful thing in our pocket.
Apparently,
It's supposed to be at home, or it's supposed to be somewhere locked away, but we've got it in our pockets.
apparently, the smartphone is more powerful than the computers that were used to send man to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. And look, think about it this way. Yeah, I'll give you an example.
That
Look,
sounds wild.
this is a big example. Big example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine some king, some I don't know, in the Bible, King Solomon, or some big king from West Africa, or some big king from Timbuktu, or some big king from China, or some emperor. He would have had 10 wives. He would have maybe 100 concubines.
At most.
At most, bro.
Yeah.
And they were picked from the same area. They weren't from different parts of the world. Like if you're from China, you're gonna get some Latina buddy, from China.
Yeah.
So he would have the same kind of girls. And now a 12-year-old can get access to, thousands of girls
From across the globe.
across the globe, naked, fully naked, and in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So imagine the dopamine.
Are you talking about porn?
No, but that fucks up the mind.
Yeah,
It does.
exactly.
Because at one point in time, the average man would probably only have had would have seen maybe 7 women naked in his
In
life.
his whole life.
In his whole life.
No, most men would have just seen one.
Just one
Most men.
if they got married.
Yeah.
And it wasn't their mother that they saw naked by accident.
And let's clear up, when he says access for a 12-year-old, he's talking about on the phones and stuff.
On the smartphones,
Exactly, smartphones. So our brains, and you mentioned retina earlier. Our retinas aren't developed for that level of stimulation.
It's too much.
Too much.
It's
So
too much.
that's what I'm saying. Smartphones are not supposed to be. It's like a glitch in the matrix.
You become desensitized to everything.
But that ties into what you were saying about the development of some men and testosterone for some men, because they're so exposed to that amount of stimulation. When they get in the presence of an actual woman,
They can't do it.
they
They can't perform.
it's because the actual woman doesn't meet the amount of stimulation they've
of course.
received.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
it's causing like a biochemical imbalance. So testosterone levels are decreasing, absolutely in men, but also like, erectile dysfunction, performance anxiety, because your wife can't compare to
What you've seen on the internet.
Yeah, on OnlyFans, girl, and guys are getting this from a young age, 12 years old or whatever. As soon as they get their first smartphone, they're getting access to, and it doesn't even have to be like hardcore porn, billboards and softcore stuff on TV and YouTube ads and all these music videos.
It starts from there.
I remember like growing up in the 90s, music videos, only Dre, when he dropped Still Dre, that was like a bit X-rated.
Yeah.
But like most videos were okay, you could watch them.
Nah, man, every Lil Wayne video was fucking X-rated.
That
was later on.
Yeah. So in the 90s,
back in the day.
Yeah.
Is it? Because I remember just growing up with Wu-Tang, and it was fine. I could listen to the music. My parents could listen to the music, and Nas and everyone. But then early 2000s and 50 and
just naked women, or
the
near
world
enough
changed.
naked women.
Yeah.
And he put the credit card between her cheeks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
That changed the world, bro.
That changed the world, man. Yeah, Nelly.
Facts. Nah, facts.
And then you started getting the whole twerking, man, and Skepta and Stormzy, and that's just
I remember.
Skepta all over the house.
Yeah,
It was too much.
And then,
No, that was a porno. That was a straight porno.
It was
bro.
a straight porno. It was
So
unnecessary.
YouTube has taken over TV, you reckon?
yeah, YouTube's taking on. Yeah, so YouTube is like, and Netflix generally, watching things, because you can watch Netflix on your phone as well.
Yeah.
So Netflix, Prime, and Hulu, and all these apps have taken over TV. Nobody watches
100.
TV anymore.
100.
But I would say there's a difference between YouTube. I'll put YouTube here, and Netflix and terrestrial TV or cable here.
Yeah.
Why?
Because these are kind of have somewhat of a regulation, whereas YouTube
Doesn't.
has got content creators putting on all. Even though there are
Regulations.
there are some kind of minimal regulations to put stuff on there, but it's just random content creators just putting stuff on there, so you can find almost anything. Whereas your regular TV cable channels, they're regulated to what they're scheduled to show.
Yeah.
YouTube is like a big search engine.
Yeah, exactly. So YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, after Google.
So it's like a search engine. You're right. Videos from years ago.
Yeah.
And it's unfiltered as well. They've got. I was reading the other day that I think Meta owns YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram,
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah, Google own YouTube.
on
Google,
YouTube,
right, cool.
Yeah.
The Meta outsourced their video filtering to a third-party company. This company was based in Kenya. You might have seen it in the news a few weeks ago. So they, you know, when Meta comes with the warnings, this video doesn't meet the criteria, whatever, you know, or blurs out. Because I follow a lot of doctors on Instagram, and sometimes they put pictures of their surgeries, and they're like, I can't see the picture, it's like blurred out. There's, you know, blood and stuff like that. It's fine, it's legit. But there's people at Meta that have the job of filtering all images. Some could be educational, like medical ones, the educational, but some could be like
gore.
Yeah. So Meta has a job of filtering stuff out, and they outsourced it to this company because they couldn't do it themselves. And then people are traumatized. They had to take time off work. They also, like, you know, young women and young guys had to go through raw images. Some of them were like suicide videos and all sorts of videos, because people were uploading onto Instagram lives, and they had to filter that, and they were traumatized from what they saw.
Seeing suicide videos.
Yeah.
I remember there used to be a website called
Ogrish.
No, Daily Rotten.
Oh yeah, Daily Rotten, the snuff videos on there.
Yeah.
Watching people get shot in the head.
All that kind of stuff.
Gas mad. Is that still on?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. It's because people would send links. It's like LimeWire times where you think you're downloading someone's music, unbeknownst to you, something else comes up.
Yeah.
LimeWire and
Napster.
Napster, Bearshare.
Kazaa.
I remember Kazaa, yeah. Do you remember Bearshare? No? Okay.
I remember downloading some. I used to download, like, this is like back in G Unit days, you know, Obi Trice and all these guys, you know, Lloyd Banks and.
You had the G Unit vest as well, the trainers.
No, I didn't know. I was getting glad back then, but all the, you know, back in the early 2000s, and I used to just, you know, Napster and LimeWire, dial-up internet, broadband, and you wake up in the morning. And it's like a Japanese porn film or something. Legit. I tried to download.
Facts.
I'm like,
albums and that. No, but you should say like AVI or MP3 at the end.
It's like MP4 or something.
They just rename it.
There must have been some weird people just wanting to basically pollute people's minds.
I know.
Apparently that's how Soulja Boy came up though. Britney Spears would come up like with a single for like #1, and then he would say it's a Britney Spears song, but it's his song. And then he just,
in the club and all the new top chart songs.
It's what he do.
That's what he would do. He would upload his.
Good.
That's how that song, the Craignet song, got famous.
You're lying.
So he did it, and then people started saying, "I want to hear that song. This song."
He went viral, innit?
You know, he's like the original KSI, bro.
Yeah.
He's like the original. He clocked the YouTube and the internet before everyone.
He got a glitch. He found the glitch, and it's the Andrew Tate, innit? Like what I was saying, what he did last year, literally just bombarded, flooded the market.
Yeah, he did. That was so smart. So smart.
He's actually like mad intelligent in
Who?
In the way he releases
Soulja Boy, yeah.
Bro, he's bare of the stuff that he's done. Maybe this is what you say about timing, because he's done a lot of stuff first, but he didn't get like as big
The ratings. The tunes don't bang, bro. That's why.
It was Kiss Me Through the Phone. That flow. Yeah.
Soulja Boy came up during the ringtone era.
Yes.
That's why he took advantage of that,
So what would you argue now is the thing that artists are supposed to take? What would be the thing, the zeitgeist? What is the zeitgeist right now? Whether you're a podcaster, whether you're someone who's an author, what's the zeitgeist that people need to take control of right now?
I think, it's hard to put your finger on a trend. The trend is certainly videos, like short form videos, 100%. I think that is the spirit of the times. Even Instagram, which is a photo sharing app, has now become video sharing app. So definitely YouTube Shorts, TikTok, it's all short form video now. But I think that a podcast is probably here to stay, because podcast can be on Spotify, can be on YouTube. It can, it's the one kind of medium which is a cross-platform. You can have podcasts on Instagram and TikTok. You can repurpose the content. So podcast is certainly, I think, medium which is a zeitgeist at the moment. The other thing, I think, as a person, you just have to be authentic. Authenticity. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Beast, people like him because he's quite authentic. He does like genuine challenges. He gives money out, and he spends a lot of time per video. Each video is like 20 hours, like of rehearsing content, shooting. Because Mr. Beast's videos, he puts like a video a day, right? His videos they're not videos, they're productions. They're cinematography productions. Yeah, exactly, team. So it's, I think, like, even if you look at podcasters like the guys I follow, Chris Williamson, each podcast is an experience. Like he's got a proper. He did one with David Goggins 2 months ago. You see that one?
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but David Goggins a legend.
Proper studio, Netflix style, dark lights, proper atmosphere, 3-hour podcasts. I think that's the way to do it. Like where you cut a proper.
But you
Netflix.
I actually watch 3-hour podcasts. I do.
Who watches 3-hour podcasts?
If no, but you break it up. So I'm not sitting down watching it in one go.
Long.
I'm watching it. Don't come for me when I'm driving.
Or listening to it.
Sorry, listening to it when I'm driving. When I'm on my lunch break at work. When I'm in the gym, I just put the phone up and
Yeah, it's good.
And I get more
podcasts in the gym.
I watch more podcasts in the gym than I do music. Like music doesn't really do it for me nowadays.
No, his music doesn't do anything anymore.
Music's a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
I can find a podcast that's educational.
Yeah.
And you can find a podcast of so many different subjects. Whereas music, if I'm gonna listen to music, I'm just rinsing the same 5. I'm rolling between 5 songs. Like new music doesn't really
it
doesn't get me. It doesn't. Yeah.
And with music, it's mind numbing. It numbs your mind.
Yeah.
Podcasts at least stimulate you.
Yeah.
And they say, you should read 50 books a year, and you can't do that just normally.
Yeah.
The only way to do it is audiobooks or podcasts.
Yeah.
If a podcast, like Stephen Bartlett's really good. Stephen Bartlett, his podcast is really good. Diary of a CEO. He gets authors. He gets authors on the podcast. And when I listen to like 2 hours of them, I pretty much got the book. I've got the main message of the book. I do that twice a week. Every Monday and Thursday, he releases an episode.
Whether it be sports podcasts, film podcasts, different reviews. They're the podcasts I watch.
Oh, sorry, you mentioned the zeitgeist, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just going back to what you said about that.
Yeah.
Going back to about films and all that stuff. I think that what's going to differentiate people in the future is how well you can synthesize things. So like how bring all the film together, film, football, all that kind of stuff, bring them all together and become like a well-rounded person. So wearing many hats, we mentioned this earlier, have a lot of interest and bring them onto your podcast. Like your podcast, it's about Mandem reading, it's about books and self-improvement. But books can be anything, can't they?
Exactly.
Like A to Z, fiction, non-fiction books.
Yeah, that opens up a lot of avenues. Yeah,
because there's I researched this. It's not a random number. There's 350 million books around circulation.
Right now.
350 million. That's just a number I found.
That means we got a lot of content to make, innit?
Exactly. Yeah.
We might have to do the Bible one time.
It's never. It's never ending. The content's never ending.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like it's Blinkist is good. Blinkist.
Yeah.
Like the book summaries. But
it wraps it up.
Yeah, it wraps it up. But audiobooks are great. You can listen to when I go to London, drive to London. I can finish an audiobook on like 2 hours there, 2 hours back, 4 hours.
Well, where are you coming from?
Sheffield.
Oh, is that where you come from today?
Yeah, I live in Sheffield, so it's like double the speed. So like a 5-hour book I can finish in.
And that helps you take your mind off the actual drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though you should be watching the road.
Yeah. It's autopilot, it's motorway, so I'm putting autopilot, and I can just listen to the book.
Yeah.
But reading, man, like they say, readers are leaders.
Yeah.
And you should always be reading. Like, even if you're listening, you're reading.
Yeah. I watch more I rarely ever watch TV anymore. I rarely ever watch I might watch the odd film here and there. I struggle to find a good film, but I can always go back to like a podcast.
And I Stephen Bartlett's podcast are on BBC iPlayer now.
Okay.
He's got a proper production. Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO. So that's on BBC iPlayer. So his podcasts are educational and they're like full-on production. It's got like a 15-man team. Editor, sound guy. Even like they've got people to do the thumbnails. One person's job is to do thumbnails.
Yeah, that's efficiency.
And researcher, and then hashtags. So it's all a proper team, and he learns so much.
But how long has he been doing for? Did he just start last year or something?
He's done it for about 3 or 4 years, but he's taken off in the last year. He's only young. He's like Dragon's Den guy, 30 years old.
But so Dr. Asif, we're gonna have to shortly say goodbye to you because time is of the essence.
It's been a pleasure. Thank
you. What's next in the what's in the next say 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
Right, for me, I'd love to build on this Mentality Monster book, write a proper book. I've been speaking to a literary agent for the last 2 or 3 years, so I'd love to get this book out on the shelves. W.H. Smith.
And that's this book here.
Mentality Monster. I think a lot of people can benefit from it. We're living in a mental health pandemic at the moment, especially with men, 2.5 times suicide rates in men. Biggest killer of men under 40 is suicide. So I really want to get men speaking, strengthen their mindset. I'd love for this book, I've written it in quite a simple way, I'd love for this book to be given at schools and, trying to help teenagers. We teach kids about random things, about plants, photosynthesis and all these random things. We don't teach them life skills like how to invest, how to be resilient, how to cook, all these things. We don't teach them skills like we said.
How to harvest fruit and stuff.
Exactly. I could tell these, if I could teach guys resilience, that's my main goal in life. If I could get people prevented from doing the deed, if you know what I mean. Then actually doing it. So and then continue on my own journey, spiritually, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff, and start my business and just blossom from there, hopefully.
Excellent, good stuff. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Picking your brains. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you again. You're welcome to come back.
Thank
For
you.
the second book,
we'll see you again.
Kings and that.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to ask. You say obviously you're a doctor, but your work and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you actually think medicine is the way of cure?
No. I'm
Interesting.
Very different. No, I'm very different to other doctors. I talk about alternative medicine. I'm big on that. I'm big on lifestyle prevention and holistic medicine, well-being, not health. Not illness. So I always believe in nutrition, lifestyle, mindset, spirituality. Because a lot of diseases we have are loneliness, lack of purpose, lack of God, lack of nutrition, bad sleep, bad habits, addictions. Medicine can't solve them.
At all. At all.
Medicine just pulls at people like Smarties. I'm against that.
Placebos.
Absolutely, man.
That is exactly what it is. Facts.
Yeah. So I'm always been about nutrition, supplementation, vitamins, and get your diet on point, get your prayer on point, your sleep on point, your family on point. Very important to me. Yeah.
Big facts, right?
And on that note, I'm going home to my new mattress.
I thought you were going to say new wife.
The memory foam, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's good, man. They make a big
memory
difference.
phone is the one.
Memory phones are the
Yeah, big,
for
yeah.
like 10 years.
It's a game changer.
Memory phone is
Well, memory foam.
Yeah, game changer, man.
You got one?
No, I've got one. Yeah, I've had it for ages as well.
Yeah.
Like it kind of molds into your back as well.
Yeah.
Game changer. Your sleep is different. Yeah.
Because I get a lot of upper shoulder,
You get
neck,
knots.
and yeah.
Well, you need to come gym.
That's not that.
Just pull that.